Hello, everybody. Sorry about a little bit. Twitch is being drunk, and I once again took away my category for the stream, so I had to put it back on. Welcome, everybody. Howdy, Sinvertus. Howdy, Phoenix, Firestarter, Scry, Gunmage, Hail Hydrate. Today, we are concluding the Ace Combat 7 aircraft showcase, and we will conclude it with a bang. We just have 6 aircraft left, the 6 DLC superplanes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started at the end with Dark Blue. And the first DLC aircraft would be the Adf-11f Raven. This aircraft was designed and manufactured as a joint project by North Ossia Industries and the Erusian Aerospace Association, or the EASA. Her first flight, as far as we can tell, was in 2019 during the Lighthouse War. That was also when she quote-unquote entered service. The models that canonically had seen service were the drones Hugin and Moonin, which get shot down in this very mission. However, there was a manned version that never reached combat production. Its status after the war is unknown. We also don't know how many of these things were actually produced. Currently, the only known operators were Erusia. Hello, Sovereign. Welcome to this stream. But ADF, well, the Raven, like I said, the Raven was a joint operation, or joint venture between North Ossia Grunda Industries and the EASA. I understand. Calaminous is saying that there are at least 3. So we know of Hugin and Moonin. And I assume the 3rd is the manned version. But a lot of the... no? Oh, that one, yeah. That little nose unit. Okay. That makes sense. But yeah, we don't know much about the Raven itself. There is no wing unit for it too. Okay. But the version that we get to fly is non-canonical, and it is a manned version. So, manned version of the large fighter developed in Erusia. Its ADF-11 nose unit is uniquely equipped with an F-type flight unit designed for combat. Its nickname is Raven. It's unique in the fact that all of its stats are pretty much identical. It's kind of like the AC-6 Griffiths Raptor. It'd be a perfect hexagon, which is befitting of a superplane. So speed, mobility, stability, air-to-air, air-to-ground, and defense are all, I would say, at least, if you want to put a numerical setting on it, at a 75% of the way there. Hail Hydrate. It is armed with 150 AIM-9C Sidewinders for its standard missile. And its gun, instead of a Vulcan 20mm autocannon or whatever the Russian equivalent is, it has a pulse laser. So, again, super plain. As for special weapons, we have an unnamed tactical laser system with 30 shots. Hello, Nugget. Officially called the Adf-X01 prototype Raven. Well, thank you for that little bit of lore there, Calamitous. I couldn't find it on the wiki. Alright. I didn't look at that page, apparently. I was just looking at the ADF-11. We also have 22 AIM-9X Sidewinders for the QAMs. And unless something was added that I don't know, I could not find a canon name for the unmanned aerial vehicle, or the weapon UAV. So, for lack of a better term, we're just going to call it UAV. You get 24 uses of them. I don't want to say you get 24 UAVs because technically you only get 2. They come back. Small UAVs loaded beneath wing units for the main attack craft. They will attack a lock-on target when launched, leaving you free to attack a different enemy if desired. Based off the X-45 design. I thought they looked familiar. Yep. So basically, each of these things get 12 launches. And then you're done. They run out of fuel. For skins, we have this boring-ass air superiority gray for the Osea. We have, I believe this is just like white, or stark white for Aruja. Black for the SP. Predictable. Funny. And then we got the trigger skins, which the livery is actually the ADFX-10, the original one. Alrighty. Good to know. And I believe the SP is Higgin and Moonin. And then we've got the metallic red. But we're gonna go with, because I just like black aircraft, so we're gonna go with the Hugin and Moonin. And emblem, because we're launching off the Anderson and we're solid black, I think this emblem is appropriate. And we're gonna be using the UAVs. Black bodies. It's them. Look at that. They've launched. I finally won. Rosgrees, launch! Doesn't matter what it is. Just pick any aircraft. We'll get it up. I'll have to admit, Ace 5's Ace's mission is the best carrier takeoff sequence.
Can I use this?
This is number 2.
Hear me? That craft is in peak condition. I even buffed up the canopy for a nice shine, so you can really see the sky.
Okay, taxi it up to there. Oh wait, it doesn't have a catapult system.
Let me know what you saw.
Or catapult hook. Wait, push it back, push it back, push it back.
Let me see that. Trigger.
You're literally on the lip of the carrier. It's a good thing this isn't moving, otherwise you would fall off. OFS fan service. I will take it. Bum. 0% chance that the Raven actually uses that little runway. Oh yeah, no, it would need a lot more. But oh well. Left up your canopy triggers me every time with a double entente. Pun fully intended. Well, you know.
Space elevator is able to broadcast and communicate. The information infrastructure down is the only place capable of wide area data transmission. Drones are waiting for it to power up again. Clever little bastards. UAV reactor.
Go, my minions!
All aircraft stay sharp. Intercept now.
I got the weapon UAVs out. Perfect movement, just like Mihai. Well, it's your own damn fault.
Attention all aircraft. Launch detected from UAV. They're small drones.
Guys have quite the bag of tricks.
How many weapon UAVs are left? Okay, I'll 3 of them. Well, the dialogue is just now catching up. Ah, screw it. Oh, they got one of my UAVs.
Don't let up, people.
Damn lasers. I like a penalty. For what? If your UAVs didn't come back when they died. I think PA wisely decided, you know what? Yeah, that's gonna be a break from reality we're gonna take.
Soul 2, evade, evade!
Because I think that would it would be more accurate, but I think that would piss off more players than not. That's possible. Ace Combat is an arcade game first and foremost, so I don't think PA wants to do anything that might potentially piss people off. Maybe like if there were maybe that could happen like on Ace difficulty or something. Yeah, and the UAVs are great, but like Nicholas said, they're not exactly overpowered. Yeah. I I love those little things. Pew 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 pew.
Radar signal is lost. It's definitely the most intense thing I've ever been in. Can't wait to tell my son about it. The space elevator is just
Now comes the fun part. Maneuvering in the tunnel with this thick girl.
intruders flying style from working.
Well, they put up a good fight. Not.
I've got a special bottle of wine for occasions like
Yeah,
this.
the trickiest part about the Raven, in this mission especially, is she's not as tall. I mean, she's got the average height, but holy shit, her wingspan is ginormous.
She's right.
Sly wants the Adler, even though the Adler would not fit. Yeah, no. The Adler's wingspan is huge. I don't think it would fit in the tunnel.
The UAV went into the
I mean,
undersea tunnel.
the meme was that the Nosferatu was too big for the hangars, but
Trigger, you're gonna
the Adler,
have to tunnel after the UAV.
I think honestly the Adler is about as wide as the Nosferatu was long.
Count, where are you going? We rely on
So they'd have to do a lot of tweaking to the Adler's model if they ever brought it in.
Well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Don't worry.
Okay,
I learned something from my last squadron.
there's the tunnel.
Stick with Trigger, you'll make it.
There it is. Ooh. Ooh. That was close.
Give me your status.
Alive.
Excellent. So you're both okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
They are way too thick.
Time to explain. The radio will cut out soon.
Thick with like 4 C's
For the data. There it is. UAV spotted. We finally
and a
found
bucket of phlegm.
I heard some static when the gate closed. Do you think the UAV is out?
But no, when this first dropped, I loved the Raven. I understand why people didn't like the fact that it was paid DLC because it was already in the game. Oh, hi, Sly.
Drone. Did it take another path?
Um, you missed the fight, but you're just in time for the tunnel crashes. True, the man version wasn't in the game. But I think, in my opinion, I don't think I wasted my money buying this aircraft because I've had so much fun with it. Ow, shit.
Losing thrust. Is it my engine? Definitely feels like it's my engine. I'm fine. I can still fly. It's hard to keep
But the Raven, I mean, it is one of the best 1v1 dogfighters in the game, especially if you can't use an EML, like I can't. So while the Wyvern's probably more reliable, the Raven is more forgiving with its UAVs
It'll send its payload. Shoot it down, Trigger.
and its pulse laser gun. Fucking hell. Yep.
Damn it.
Usually, if I miss the little drone on the first pass, I'm going to fail it. Thank you. Salutes in the chat.
Drone is turning. It'll send its payload. Shoot it down, Trigger.
I did launch the UAVs. They crashed every single time. God damn it! Fuck!
Construct? Oh, I get it. Once the data is sent, it doesn't need a body anymore. Damn it. Drone is turning. It'll send its payload. Shoot it down, Trigger.
There they go. Very funny, Sly.
Yeah, baby. Hey, I'm being serious here. That's right. We're going home.
I've S-ranked this mission on Ace before, I'll have you know.
Fly! I know you can make it! I'll attempt a belly landing. Get out of here! Everyone's waiting for you! I wanted to wait until I had less fuel, but I have no choice. Attempting to land. I don't think my plane will make it. Anyway, here goes.
Trying to
Come on,
try to have the free flight.
just a bit more.
Yeah. Trying to track something while you're flying is a little difficult.
Should we send in an evac team?
We can't
Eh.
give up. We have
Eh.
to wait.
Can you hear me? We're all waiting. A world of darkness needs a light to shine.
But no, I am so glad they put a checkpoint right there.
Look, it's Trigger. Strider 1 has returned to radar. I did it! That's our Trigger. He's a damn hero. Ah!
I'm a Strider 2. Damn it. Does anyone have eyes on Count?
Wish y'all could have
All right. So that was the Raven. Now, for the next one, we're going to take a little bit of a blast to the past, so to speak. With Stonehenge Defensive. And the next aircraft on the list is the ADF-01 Falcon. Now the ADF-01 Falcon was developed by North Ossia Industries, although a variant of it, at the very least, was also co-developed by the Zone of Endless, I think. conservative with weapons. Just try AS5. Don't start, Nugget. The first flight of a Falcon was in 1998 in the Usian coup d'etat. So is also Grunder. Well, it's kind of like Lockheed and Skunkworks. Yes, Skunkworks is a part of Lockheed, but it's kind of like the dark secret part of Lockheed, which is why I'm treating Grunder and Zoe as somewhat separate. You've got Grunder, which is the public face, and then Zoe is black R&D. But yeah, the Zoe variant, or Zone of Endless variant, was just the AI program. Fine, but it's distinct enough for me, that's why I'm counting it. But yeah, the Zone of Endless was their variant. First flight was in 1998 as a test flight against the Ace Phoenix as part of the Usian coup d'etat. I think it was the engagement took over Fortress Intolerance, if I'm remembering Legacy right. However, it quote-unquote entered service in an official capacity, I believe, in 2010, 2011, or was projected to enter service in 2010, 2011 for the Osean Air Defense Force. But shenanigans happened. So its current status is unknown. Its known operators, it was built for the Osean Air Defense Force. That first variant thing is the Wiki's way of explaining Legacy not having laser port. The known operators are the Osean Air Defense Force and the Zone of Endless. And the shenanigans were the Circum-Pacific War. I believe if it wasn't for the fact of the Rosgre's intervention, I'm pretty sure that the Falcon would have actually entered service into the OADF. But after the war, I think OSEA tried to at least distance themselves a little bit from Grunder. No, it would have been... Oh, interesting. Interesting. I got it from the trailer for the this DLC had it with the OADF symbol on it. Oh yeah, that's what we blew up in Four Horsemen. But anyway, the Falcon was a large fighter developed by North Osea Grunder Industries, representing the culmination of Belka's military technology. It is highly maneuverable, capable of stealth, and loaded with high-output lasers and fuel-explosive FAEB bombs. Its nickname is Falcon, which... Don't quote me on this, I believe Falcon is German for falcon? I believe. Okay. I thought so, but I didn't want to say it's Falcon. Shit. Anyway, the speed or the stats are very high considering it is a super plane. They're not a perfect hex like the Raven was, but speed is great. Mobility is great. Stability, above average. Air to air and air to ground are basically identical. And defense is great. I couldn't tell based on with the window there. One of the most stable aircraft I ever played with. I know. What I don't like about A7 stat bars is it's so hard to read because I guarantee you the aircraft don't feel like what their stat bar says. I much prefer the A6 radar or stat radars because that one actually feels like what it says. So yeah. That's why I'm not giving any numerical values. I'm just saying whatever. The stat bars are eh. Like, they're more like guidelines than actual rules. But anyway, the standard sidearm, or the standard missile, we have 150 AIM-9C Sidewinders. We also have the signature weapon, 30 shots of the tactical laser system. There is no known canonical name for this that I have been able to find. But it, I think, is the only one that's blue in this game. We also have 56 AIM-120 AMRAAMs, as well as... Hold on. The fuck is this content? Privet. This is the showcase, Starscream. I want to make sure I don't have something on here. I do have hardbone expansion. Okay. So we have 20 of the FAEBs, fuel air explosive bombs, an unguided bomb containing highly combustible explosives. It creates a huge explosion and damage across a wide area upon impact. Extremely useful against multiple targets clustered together. And the best I could tell, the model for this is the American BLU-96. For crying out loud, Starscream. We're going to go and put that part back on because we're going to be using this against Stonehenge. And then for skins, we've got the Osea Black. The Candy Green for Aruja. The classic Zone of Endless colors. Starscream, you never fail to make the streams interesting. The trigger. And then the War Dog skin, which is what we're going to use today.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Disgusting green. Yeah, I don't like the candy green. I much prefer the digital blue. War Dog, launch! I love Stonehenge in these cutscenes. As for me and Salty said, now 2 for 2. I don't think you said a skin. But yeah, you got the mission right.
As long as you can provide me that, my program will bring down the Arsenal bird.
But no, the FABs are so broken in most air-to-ground missions.
Don't waste any ammo.
So that's Stonehenge, huh? Bigger than I imagined. Uglier, too.
Look at that mess of cables. They're using generator trucks to run it. Are you sure that thing's even gonna fire? Seriously,
In fact, I've used the Falcon primarily as a bomber more than I've used any other SP weapon on it.
if it works, it'll bring down even an arsenal burn. Big if. And it'd have to hit.
Which, that stability really comes in handy when you bomb.
Adf 6. Request for air support confirmed. Help is on the way.
Yeah. The Falcon I prefer the best is, I think, X's. Or zeros. Because they really nerfed the lasers in this game. Although that's not unique to the Falcon. I mean, I get that the laser was never a one-hit kill, but the damage over time was significantly nerfed in A7 for some reason.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing. Bombers.
Not even counting laser stuff? Fair enough.
Bomb run. You have to stop them.
Alright. Now we can go after the bombers. Oh, the Strike Eagle is amazing.
More hostiles advancing towards Men Here 6. Ground forces haven't noticed yet.
And the 6 AM is better in all respects than the 4 AM. I'll take the FAB over the SFFFS.
42%. Come on, damn it!
Come on, baby. Be good. We need you.
Stonehenge is taking fire. Remember, the mission relies on this place staying pristine.
The enemy's getting desperate. This operation is every bit as important to them as it is to us.
But the Falcon is, I mean, it's a dream to fly. I like how it handles. I like its maneuverability, its stability, all that stuff. That's great. I have no problems with that. I do feel that its power, that it's undergunned compared to some of its other incarnations. But that could be said for a lot of
More hostiles. Fantastic.
AC-7's planes compared to their other incarnations. Yeah, it was. I remember when I did that for the Talisman run.
What did you say? Is that thing really gonna fire?
It's like goddamn whack-a-mole out here. I'm already exhausted.
Quit your teeth and fly. Remember that the fate of the whole war depends on this mission. Men Here 7 is hot. Let's go give him some help.
Although I think one of my favorite weapons for Anchorhead Raid is still the humble anti-ship missile.
That should take care of the reinforcements facing Men Here 5.
It's not as good as A6's version of it, but Anchorhead gives you the range that a lot of other anti-ground missions don't give you. So the anti-ship missile can really shine in that mission. I think these are bombers.
More bombers.
Yep.
High, altitude 8,000, bearing 150. The enemy's going all out, too.
Railgun power supply is... Damn it.
Now, overall, the Grunder planes are... I mean, I'm glad the Grunder planes are here, but a common criticism was that they all kind of feel samey, and I can't deny that.
Target is down. Chapter flows completed.
That's why you don't want the Adler.
Single-handedly.
Well, to be honest, I'm not expecting any new planes. In fact, I was surprised when the OAS series was announced. I didn't expect we'd get those.
Bandit splashed. Keep it up, Strider 1.
Yeah, some of the original X aircraft would be nice. Like the Apolis, the Fornius, Caraburn, Fregata.
The enemy just keeps coming. Just go where support is requested. Cyclops squadron understood.
Luca over.
But yeah, I am not expecting any more DLC aircraft. I know we're going to be getting, I am assuming, skins. But, frankly, I was shocked that we got the OAS. I did not expect that at all.
Lock on. Good night.
Yeah, should be. No guarantee. Still would like a an official SU-33 Strigan, but I'm not holding my breath for it. Though if it ends up getting announced, you'll hear my
Bombers and their escorts.
shouts of joy all the way from Kansas City.
Wanna go smack 'em down, but those boys below are hanging on by a thread. You want to choose?
Yes, Hujin, choose. Choose between the nothing that's attacking the ground or the bombers.
I guess you're right. Give us our control system one last check while we're waiting.
Roger. Elevator 2, Box 2.
More bombers approaching. Move it. Bandit has a lock. Intercept them now. Trigger, what the hell are you doing? Enemy rocket unit coming from the southwest, and Heliborn assault from the northeast. They're planning a direct assault on Stonehenge. Stop them.
Are these manned bombers or drone bombers? Because they don't maneuver at all. Which makes sense for drone bombers.
All enemy
But
bombers
piloted ones I would think would at least try and dodge.
almost there. This should all be over soon. This is one ugly battle, and I want a story for my kid. Enemy's got a lock. Gotcha, pal. Getting out of lock. Breaking. Roger, Trigger. most part. Cyclops will knock out the helos. Roger that. Prepare to fire. They know we're here, so shoot them before they shoot us. How long till you're ready? Once we fire, that cannon will go.
Kaboom.
Commencing mission. Chopper is on its way to Stonehenge.
We're doing everything we can to fire as quickly as possible. Just buy us some time until then.
Enemy rocket vehicles are wiped out. You're the only ones who can stop them. Way to go, Strider Squadron. Eliminated the helicopter assault unit. Keep it up.
Given my program, a lot of the time it means Stonehenge will be ready to fire shortly.
Here.
Stand by. I'm picking up something on my radar. The signal is massive. It's the Arsenal bird.
Got him! Right before the cutscene. Alright. I am going to restart from the checkpoint to reload my flares. Because I don't want to take on the Arsenal bird with no flares.
A swarm of UAVs is launching from the Arsenal bird. Keep them away from Stonehenge.
Close to the target, fewer the variables. How long till we can fire?
I'm picking something on from radar. The signal is massive. It counts mum. That's not fair to counts mom. Besides, it'd be more accurate to say counts ego.
45 seconds. Another one down. That owner's a base. Releasing safety. Cooling system active.
Confirm voltage.
Voltage stable. 30 seconds. One more UAV down.
Strider 2 is hit.
Boom!
Stabilize the craft and get out. Sorry, it's up to you now.
We have confirmation. Live projectile is loaded.
Power level is at 100%.
Come on.
Control. All green. Initiate final countdown.
Understood. Commencing final countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
What happened?
Countdown.
Do I need to get out and push?
Gone?
Hello, Vinny.
In the open.
The survey data isn't updating. No response from our spotter.
Survey vehicle down.
Those vehicles were Stonehenge's eyes. Without those, I'm sorry.
Don't give up yet, Major. We still have sensors. Our eyes. The oldest sensors in the book. What are you scheming?
They're too unreliable.
Not bad.
That's something.
Impossible. We already started. We can't do any more. Have to battle container drive. Carry out our mission.
Come on, damn it! Attention, all personnel! We have a change in the mission. We will now be using direct fire to shoot down the Arsenal bird. Listen.
It's getting too close. I needed some range.
If you destroy them, the Arsenal bird will slow down.
Strider 1, Cyclops 1. Pair up and attack that propeller. Everyone else, defend Stonehenge from the UAVs. Next hit on the Arsenal bird's central propeller. Wilco, Jaeger, you take the lead. It's ready against APS. The central propeller has been disabled. It's gasping for air now. Just losing lift.
There we go. Those propellers too much for Trigger alone, as Trigger just finishes taking them out. I'm sorry, Count, what was that? I couldn't hear you over the sound of my winning.
Alright, that takes care of the propellers. Arsenal bird is slowing down. I knew my fate was well placed, Trigger.
Unbelievable. Stonehenge came with
Count said, fuck.
What was that period?
He did. Fubar.
This whole operation is crazy. Well, only a total
Fucked up beyond all recognition.
Give us the UTM coordinates under the Arsenal bird and we'll calculate the range. And I need you to be exact.
I love military jargon like that.
I've been hit. I have to eject.
second. It's been a while since I've used something this archaic. Does the angle on this table account for wind and Coriolis force?
You shouldn't need to worry about Coriolis force. It's right there. You're a giant gun. It's a giant target. You probably don't need to worry about it. Also, the round is going to go way too fast.
Can't lose any more allies.
And so begins Fencer's saga of being a loser.
Get back to base.
Wilco over.
Because he's probably a higher rank.
Power level is at 100%.
We've done our part. Stonehenge, shoot.
Understood. Begin final countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Adjusting angle.
I honestly think that,
1. Fire! Damn it!
Fencer was already the second in command in Cyclops Squadron. Because usually the number 2 wingman is actually the one that needs the most protection. So they go with the leader. The number 3 is the leader of the second flight in a 4-ship formation.
Is it really over now?
Reporting mission success. Lehman, this victory belongs to you. That was a good lesson on the importance of manual control.
Which is why Jaeger is Strider 3.
Especially those 2 lead birds. They're the Ocean big shots. We can win if we follow them. The Ocean big shots?
Although I think
Big shot.
we got Strider 1 just because of skill and meritocracy.
Defensive range dropped along with that arsenal.
We just skipped over
That just means more pie for us. Are we gonna eat the whole thing?
Jaeger.
Brass is always hungry for more. They've got a bottomless appetite. But enough
Because
about that.
technically, I believe Jaeger should have been Strider 1. If we want to go by rank, I'm pretty sure he's got a higher rank than Trigger does. But Trigger is the player character, so, you know, whatever. I'm just going based off of their age. I'm assuming Trigger is young because his first flight was technically Charge Assault. Doesn't have a high rank. That's fair. And they never really give Trigger's rank. So who knows what rank we are. Alright. Calamitous, it's time for your favorite aircraft. But we can't do it in any of these missions. We're going to the Torres saga for that. Think he's a captain? That makes sense. We're going to Anchorhead for the next aircraft on our list. The Adf X01 Morgan. Okay. Yeah, the Adf X01 Morgan was developed by the South Belco Munitions Factory. Its first flight, according to the wiki, was in 1985. It never officially entered service. However, its sister craft, the ADFX-02, did enter service in 1995 in December under the control of A World with No Boundaries. But the 01, I don't think ever actually entered service. She had no official operators, but she was planned to enter service with the Belkan Air Force. And later, I believe, I think she was shown as a demonstrator in the OADF. As of 2020 as a test bed for new weaponry. Okay. So, as of the Lighthouse War, she is not entered service yet. But, yeah, I was thinking she'd be a demonstrator for the OADF. I just didn't know when she was going to come into service. She is a large multi-role fighter and experimental Belkin aircraft, later completed by the Allied forces. Loaded with equipment such as high-output lasers and multi-use air burst missiles, it's an incredibly diverse fighter. Its codename during development was Morgan. And if we look at the incredibly inaccurate stat bars, she's got above-average speed, mobility, and stability. Impressive air-to-air, above-average air-to-ground, and she a tanky girl. She has 160 AIM-9C Sidewinders as her primary standard missile. As for her special weapons, she has 30 shots of the Zoe Sight tactical laser system. And this is basically what I like to call a backpack unit. Let me just check to see what kind of parts I have on her, because I think I have the... I don't. Okay. Interesting. She can carry 16 of the Hypersynth multi-purpose burst missile. A cluster missile exploding when close to a target. Upon detonation, it releases explosive warheads, damaging a wide area. It locks onto air or surface targets and is particularly useful against a group of concentrated targets. Unfortunately for our purposes here, this Hypersynth is not the same Hypersynth from Zero, because apparently the OADF believes in undergunning their aircraft, which hurts my American heart so much. She also has 12 charges of the Morganite Integrated Electronic Warfare System, a weapon providing electronic support (ESM) causing interference (ECM). For a period of time, it lowers the efficacy of enemy missiles across a wide area while enhancing yours. It lets you take control of the air. Now, at least in campaign, from what I have noticed, the IEWS is essentially the same as having a pocket snake pit. Level 1 ESM from A6. It will improve your homing. It will jam enemy aircraft. Or enemy aircraft's missiles. Not by a lot, but noticeable. It will not increase the damage or the reload rate. You must forgive them, for they are not ready for the glory of no balance. Oh, I love that Sovereign. But we're going to be, for the first phase at least, we're going to be taking the Hypersynth. As for skins, we've got the boring Osea Black. We've got the digital blue. I do like this one a lot. In fact, I use this a lot on Zero. We've got the pixie skin with no markings. Yeah, it's the Merc skin. I do like them. We have the trigger skin. And then we have the Cipher skin. This is Cipher's version because 32 is his number. It's got the Gulm unit on it, or the Gulm emblem, and that's Ustio's flag. This has Ustio Air Force markings. This is not Pixies. And it kind of annoys me in that fact. that the game calls it Pixie. Yes, it has his livery, but it is not his markings. This is the one you can play as in Zero. So we're going to go with the special one with Belkin marking, or Belkin roundels. Oh, I don't doubt it, Calamitous. I doubt my ability to use it effectively. But anyway, here we go.
Proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Also, I can guarantee you, I will not get as high of a score that Calamitous did with when he used the Morgan. I'm just going to say that flat out right now. I am not as good in the Morgan as Calamitous is. So, Calamitous, if you've got video of that score, feel free to drop it in the chat, or drop the link in the chat. Because it's an impressive score.
Sorry, Trigger, but these juicy targets are all mine.
If you've got the link, feel free to drop it in the chat. I am totally okay with that.
No enemy movement yet.
Gobble up all the high-value targets. Forget about your manners.
Never had any of those to begin with.
Had to stay behind last time. This is gonna be a walk in the park. It's a good warm-up to get back in the game.
AA defense system was destroyed before it was activated. This will make things easier later.
It's a shipyard over there.
This port is home to multiple enemy fleets. Probably too much for Lanza's poor stomach.
Damn straight. Trigger, count. Lend me a hand, will ya? Brigadier General Clemens. About 3 strikes. You sure we'll get a positive result this time?
Kaboom!
Operation Dominoes is going as planned.
Resistance from enemy air defense is confirmed. Keep on dining. Just don't pay for it.
Just don't pay for it.
Begin firing down. They think they've already won. Now's our chance. Now time for a counterstrike.
I do have to say,
Like ships are a pain.
the damage and radius of the burst missile has been significantly nerfed, but it looks a hell of a lot better in these graphics.
How many are there? Like 1,000 enemies against the 4 of us? You probably need to multiply that by 10. That's fine by me.
Ow!
Trigger, don't push your luck on a damaged aircraft.
I'm fine.
Mind if you need to.
Although,
So it's been destroyed.
oh, okay, well, you can, if you ever do it, you can post it in the Discord. Because I have that Discord. Okay. Dump. Woohoo! Fuck all your UAVs!
Trigger, get on the return line if you need to. There's no need to wait until you've emptied your weapons bay. Strider 1, missile away.
General Shepard, got a status report. 50% of the enemy forces have been neutralized. That's mostly the work of 3 strikes. You suggested an operation that doesn't...
But Longcaster, I don't have a weapons bay.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. You won't have many on board unless you
Yeah, of the 3 Grunder planes, I think the Morgan is the one that feels the most like a super plane in general.
target enemy aircraft. Fire!
Missile away.
Taking heavy return fire from moving ships.
Ah! Ow! Fuck you, Aegis! Yeah, it's also the only Gruner plane that isn't Coffin. I'm not that big. I mean, I don't care about Coffin one way or another. Fuck! I didn't think I was that damaged.
I can almost touch the water.
And I probably should have restarted from the beginning, but oh well.
Begin up. The food at this party served buffet style. Pick whatever dish you like before the host mounts a resistance.
Luco, I'll eat their hearts out.
Sorry, Trigger. Choosing targets are online.
Emergency! 4 bogeys! ETA 2 minutes!
Yeah, I probably went too much.
Nice, Trigger.
I didn't think I was that damaged. I thought I could take it.
Gobble up all the high-value targets. Forget about your manners.
Never had any of those to begin with.
Had to stay behind last time. This is gonna be a walk in the park. It's a good warm-up to get back in the game.
AA defense system was destroyed before it was activated. So everything
Oh yeah, no. Sovereign Coffin is... I would not want to climb into an aircraft where any part of it had an acronym called Coffin. Because that's just asking for trouble.
Sure we'll get a positive result this time. Yes, Lieutenant General Shepard. Operation Dominoes is going as planned.
I know, I'm agreeing with you.
resistance from enemy air defense is confirmed. Keep on dining. Just don't pay for it.
Righto. Begin firing Sam. They think they've already won. Now's our chance. Now time for a counterstrike. All my ships are a pain. If only we had anti-ship missiles by the truckload.
Wait, you didn't bring anti-ship? What the hell's wrong with you? Oh wait, you're in Charlie Eagles. Why don't you have pulse lasers?
How many are there? Like 1,000 enemies against the 4 of us? Probably need to multiply that by 10. That's fine by me.
See, this is why I like 0 and A6. Because you can tell your wingmen to take certain special weapons.
If I'd have been subbed or neutralized!
Target hit.
Behind the enemy.
If we can get him here,
There's the drones.
boys in front lines.
Yup.
Destroyer Calypso has been destroyed.
Alright, let's kill these Aegis fuckers.
This is definitely the work of 3 strikes. They'd reject my report if it weren't. Should have brought anti-ship missiles.
Striker 1, missile away.
Targets are wiped out.
Ow!
Don't
Fuck.
push your luck on a damaged aircraft. Get on the return line if you need to.
Push it! Missile inbound! Lieutenant General Shepard, we have a status report. 50% of the enemy forces have been neutralized.
Yeah, I hate the Aegis, so I do try and prioritize them first.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Supposedly the work of 3 strikes. You suggested an operation that doesn't rely
And it's not very efficient, but one of my favorite ways to kill ships is actually
Yes, sir.
PLSL strafing.
Don't let your guard down, guys. 100% survival rate. Let's go!
Bye bye, Aegis!
Yeah, we're all going home together. Strider 4, Fox 2.
Taking heavy return fire from moving ships.
Aegis vessel Thalassa has been destroyed. The enemy's AA capability should be greatly reduced.
Negative. All personnel abandon ship.
Okay. That's ages. Bye-bye. I already did the Falcon with FABs. Ow, 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 ow. Hello, Prin. Oh, you nimbly dodged.
Want a piece of me? You got it.
There you go. Enjoy.
Samuel Prin gone. Aruja's evil stratagem will lose its edge.
Ba, ba, da, da, da.
Missile hit.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
Box 2, box 2.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Target enemy aircraft. Fire. Engage the enemy. Clearly on point for trigger. Go to the full-on theater. This is Shepard. Seems 3 strikes is showing a stellar performance. Osea has much need of you. That is the unanimous conclusion.
Bye-bye, ship.
General. Certainly not the result I predicted. I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, you be sorry, you fucktard. Think about what you did.
Target destroyed.
Locked on. Strider 4, box 2.
Honestly, I'm not sure who I hate more. McKenzie, Clemens, or Pearl.
Half of the anti-air guns destroyed. Target hit.
I wonder when those V-22's down, if some Erusian somewhere going, Trigger was the closest.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, who's your least favorite Ocean officer? Pearl, McKenzie, or Clemens?
Trigger, missile inbound.
Target acquired.
Have our ships being assault or stalled. Somebody do something about those bastards up there.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Hamilton. At least you could kill him.
Can't do assess damage, but likely left at half. Ludicrous. They'll fill the port with shrapnel at this rate.
Confirming additional hostile ground forces.
It dodged our anti-air fire again. Target's still flying over our heads.
4 MiG-31s approaching. They're fast. These guys are interceptors. Bearing 310, altitude 2000.
Kaboom!
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is clear.
Why am I taking off? I can just press start and skip it.
One contact with the second platoon. They're gone. That means we have less than half our forces left.
Maintain course if you want to go back to resupply.
Locked on, Bandit. Use the 30mm on incoming enemy aircraft.
Strider 4, box 2.
I'll let it go.
He's got a lock.
Kenzie's is an asshole. Pearl at least tried to rally his forces like a CEO.
Bandits coming from the northwest. They're in large numbers. 8 Su-37s.
Alright, Tucker 04. Alright, we have secured the mission update.
Lunchtime's not over yet. Go grab some desserts.
I knew you'd say that.
Hostile ships approaching from the southeast. It's a large fleet with Aegis vessel Metis and battleship Dysnomia numbering among them.
To fight a pristine fleet? After all that?
Let's do this.
Bum. Okay, where is... There's the Aegis.
We're starting the guided artillery fire drill.
Gonna make a high-speed pass. Hopefully blow up its Sea Whiz.
Imagination.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Strider 1, this is...
So use your imagination, my fellow submariners. A single shell will save 10 million lives.
Begin drill. Ready for anti-air combat.
Looks like we did blow up the Sea Whiz in one go. Bye-bye, fucker.
Three strikes. Performing well above our expectations.
Ow! Fuck!
Static. All right, Trigger, let's go get him.
Strider 1, this is Control.
Yeah, I know I'm abusing the return line like an American, but I am, so deal with it. They give me 3 of them, I'm gonna use every single one of them. There are return lines like you in every generation, and I've used every last one of them.
Additional UAVs on radar.
Pretty shabby for a reinforcement.
Stay sharp. We're soaking in this.
Missile away.
On my target's tail.
Strider 1, lost on target.
Trigger just sank a battleship.
Battleship Dysnomia is crippled. Navigation is disabled.
Crippled, huh? I think you mean destroyed.
Warning, incoming high-speed projectile.
Projectile?
The terminal guidance. Get away from that UAV.
What do you mean?
Contact imminent. Impact at the UAV's coordinates.
Damn it, Hujin.
What? What happened?
More on the way.
Although I'll give you this over Nagase, at least when you get hit, you manage to land your aircraft.
Adjusting its course. Contact imminent.
Trigger, hang in there.
Salvation! The death of a bullet is a necessity.
Analysis shows the projectile was a railgun shell. Currently determining the launch site.
Beyond the horizon. That's why they need the UAV for terminal guidance.
We'll data link the predicted explosion radius from now on.
Damn it. You're telling me to leave my teammates behind?
Alright, I'm going to switch to the IEWS for this mission update, just in case I forget to do it.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Fusion, head back. I want that 100% survival rating.
Roger that. Let me
Go
know.
to the Terminators.
I'm counting on you.
Tucker 04 to Lancaster.
Hujin Luden to get hit in the non-critical areas. Yep.
Enemy's got a lock.
Trigger taught her back at base.
Hostile lock on you, Strider 1. Missile launched. Now jamming.
Locked on landed.
Enemy shell detected. 10 seconds to contact. Bandit down. Missile away.
Damn cowards, shooting us from beyond our range.
Strider 1, bandit splashed.
Come back here, Terminator.
Strider 1, missile away. Detecting enemy air
At least when I kill all the Terminators. Oh, hello.
Strider 1, bandit destroyed. Detecting shell in flight. 10 seconds to contact.
Oh,
Projectile
shit.
exploded in the distance. Must be a failsafe.
Forgot about those. Shit.
Alright, all aircraft, follow Trigger's example if you can.
Oh well.
That's easy for you to say.
Target acquired. Strider 1, bandit on your tail.
Deliverance. Now, Anchorhead Raid, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Anchorhead Raid is the most A6 mission that isn't an A6. You have large, a large mission area with multiple distinct areas of operations, a shit ton of return lines, special weapons are encouraged and necessary. There's fucking Nimbus and a highly annoying boss fight that makes you want to rip your hair out because of the insane gimmicks. All to a really great soundtrack.
Mission complete. Return to base. Withdraw from the operation airspace. You completed the mission, but it's not done until you return home.
Arrogant bastard.
Stand by. Warning, 2 bogies inbound. Bearing 090, SU-47s.
Wanta! Missile! Behind you! Wanta!
It's okay, he took it in a non-critical area.
Now we have less guns to do.
Trigger taught him how to do that back at base.
That's
And reload.
those damn bats.
Engage to let Strider 3 escape. We're calling off the withdrawal.
Both of you, watch out for the missiles. The missile alert didn't go off in time. Hit me as soon as I heard it.
It may be that the enemy's missiles have stealth capabilities. The missiles may hit you immediately after your missile alert goes off.
That's the training. Calling out to unidentified aircraft. Cease combat immediately and withdraw. Done.
Brigadier General Clemens is radioing enemy aircraft on Ocean channels.
Nicely done. Siblings can go to hell together. Brother and sister?
Hit.
Scream.
Ow, fuck you.
Good, you're on their 6. It's 2 on 2, Trigger. We can't lose.
Sorry, but you don't count. It's 2 on 1.
Sure about that.
Wuss.
Cause your bro be smoking.
Seem to have enhanced their ECM capabilities.
Righto. Take point. We're trying to make you chase one so the other can get on your ass. You're not retreating, and neither will you. The end is here. And we'll be the last ones flying. I'm gonna try to evade it. He's got a lock on me.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Did it, Trigger!
Clear, you idiot. Stay focused.
Run!
I told you not to go, you idiot.
Only one left. We run them down together. With the death
I always go for Rage first because Scream actually becomes more docile after Rage dies.
Target hit. Target hit.
no need to feel sorry about it, Trigger.
I don't feel sorry for this bitch. Fuck.
There may only be one left. Don't let your guard down.
Ah! Ow! Oh shit. Another UAV.
10 seconds to contact.
Run! 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 Run!
To contact.
Girl's gone from crazy to bonkers.
Working on it! Not making it easy.
She's a psycho.
Fucking Nimbus. Get the hell out of here.
10 seconds to contact. Marker drone down. Projectile exploded. It's gone.
She could, yeah, I get that. She does creep me out, but it's challenging enough for me with the freaky ECM bullshit. I don't want to have to deal with a competent foe on top of that. Imagine this with burst missiles instead. I've tried it with burst missiles. I prefer the IEWS.
Identified aircraft. Eject. Eject now.
Because I end up mistiming the firing. And it's like, well, fuck. Alright. I guess I'll wait 30 seconds for it to reload. Whereas IEWS will increase my accuracy and
Altitude and likely is crash.
decrease theirs.
Serves them right. Yes. The problem has been eliminated.
Oh, fuck you, Clemens.
We've entered the drop-off point. 3 strikes has removed all Strangler illusion forces. And did we...
Well, so the Morgan is the only Grinder plane that can't do a full Colbit. Can only do a Cobra.
Stop thinking so small. It's salvation on a far grander scale.
I know, Nicola. I even said I'm not the best Morgan pilot. I said at the beginning of the mission. Those giant heavy engines, yeah. All right. Now, we have finished with the season pass aircraft, and we can now move on to the original aircraft series. But we're going to stay in the Torres saga with Unexpected Visitor. F-15J on Anchorhead Raid went, never. You can't kill things fast enough. Alright, so. The ASF-X Shinden 2. It is unknown who manufactures this in Strange Reel. Although I think in the Infinity and Assault Horizon universes, I think it's the JASDF that manufactures the Shinden. But for Strange Reel, it's unknown. First flight, unknown. Entered service, unknown. It was manufactured by Nagasaki or something. We assume it's still serving, supposedly. but its operators, to the best of my knowledge at least, is the IUN PKF. Again, there's not a lot to go off of in the Strange Reel canon because of the first time it's been brought into the Strange Reel canon as DLC. So the only thing we really can go off of is the 25th anniversary wallpaper, in which case the Shindens were in IUN markings. Fly in a straight line. So there's not a lot we can go off of. As for... Let me just check real quick about the parts. Okay, I don't have this. So, back here. The Shinden is a cutting-edge support fighter built to handle a variety of situations. It is a two-tiered jet engine, and variable forward-swept wings give this aircraft excellent versatility and flight stability. Its nickname is Shinden 2. If you go by the stat bars, its speed is above average, its mobility is great, stability is great, although in actuality it's one of the most stable aircraft in the damn game. It can hover almost. And its stall speed is ridiculously low. Air-to-air is good, air-to-ground is meh, and defense is good. But again, the stat bar is not very accurate, so take that with a grain of salt. For its standard missile, it has 150 AAM-3s. SP weapons, it has 66 AIM-120, or no, that's not the AMRAAM. That is the... I'm sorry, that is the AAM-4. I messed up on my script. I need to fix that. That is my bad, everybody. Yeah, it's a well-rounded jack of all trades, but it doesn't suffer from the master of none syndrome that most jack of all trades suffer from. But yeah, these are... It has 66 AAM-4s. For the rockets, it has 56 volleys of the JLAU 3-A. Drink, Idioka. I am sorry. Drinking. Here, hydrate. And finally, 22 LASM. The model is the ASM-3, which is what the JASDF uses, or should be phasing out the older Type 80s that the Viper Zero uses. But for this mission, we're going to use the AAM-4s. And for the parts, because this is an unexpected visitor, we don't really need that, but we do need this. Well, not there, but here in range. And as for skins, we've got the boring Osea Gray, the Aruja, which is just the JASDF, which I actually really like this livery. It looks fantastic for the Shinden. Special, which I'm not sure what this is a reference to, but my sci-fi brain, when I see this, is Rogue Squadron from Star Wars, the X-Wings. We've got the trigger the Nagase from Assault Horizon, and then the Ridgebacks from Ace Combat Infinity. And today we're going to go with the Ridgebacks.
Strider Squadron aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
Mainly because I've never actually been able to fly the Ridgebacks in Infinity. JASDF is abusing this game. Well, it's a Japanese game. I wonder why. It'd be like saying an American-made fighter game has an overabundance of American liveries. Duh. I totally understand why there's a lot of JSDF references. Starscream, I've used the Nagase skin all the time in Assault Horizon. I never got the chance to use the Ridgebacks in Infinity. So, forgive me for wanting to use the Ridgebacks. Now, this is the first aircraft in the original aircraft series, and all the original aircraft series aircraft feel extremely different. This one is highly mobile and stable. This one I think can outturn a Wyvern. Oh yeah, I love the screenshot for the intro. Unfortunately, it's too late in the... I don't know how to get it onto my YouTube archive. I don't know.
Trigger's already kicked off the game.
Going in. After trigger.
All aircraft engage. Weapons free.
Sir, you didn't tell us there was a change in the H hour.
It's been our hotshot for the last 5 minutes. Continue with the mission.
Bingo number is
Yeah.
than I thought.
Shut your trap.
Shit. Do it with a bang.
Do it with a bang! Phrasing, Scald. Oh, you bitch.
Trigger, seeing advanced stealth fighters.
SG-57's highly capable planes.
What?
Stay on your toes if you engage them.
No, the Shin did it. This one can turn and burn with the best of them because of its insanely slow stall speed.
Our man Shrew was an absolute monster just now. I don't need no wise for the fly.
Honestly, if they gave this thing QAMs or a railgun, I think it would be broken. Just because of how good of a 1v1 dogfighter it would be.
Fine. Here I go.
It's not every day you're in a battle like this.
Come on, try me. He's got more combat experience than we do. Don't slow down. Being late is not an option.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
Missile away.
Yeah, come on, get back here.
Target acquired.
We've got tons of company above and below.
Hostile behind you. Shake him off, quick.
Fuck you, Raptor. There we go. Well, the rockets actually kind of work on it because it can kind of rocket strafe. Because it can kind of hover.
Yes, EW aircraft and Drake Squadron are here.
I didn't think you'd get her so quickly.
The EW aircraft have
But yeah, I kind of wish they gave it something different
fighting capabilities.
than the rockets, but
And more.
I mean, I'm not the one that Although if it was A6's RCL, oh dear God. Can you say war crimes, boys and girls?
Enemy's got a lock.
War crimes, yay! No, this is so nimble and mobile. It it almost feels like a TIE fighter in that regard. The main thing this thing, the Shinden struggles with is a little bit of air to ground and what the hell is over here? Oh, Hornets. And and speed. I have 23s, okay.
Entering ESM range. Strider 1, locked on target.
Yeah, the rockets really hamper its A to G.
Multiple aircraft approaching this airspace. They're Harriers.
Any moves to attack our fleet must be stopped.
But its A to A is spot on.
I don't even have time for a snack on this operation.
And you can tune your AAM3s into QAMs.
The hostile. Good. The ESM's improving
A
their
TIE fighter. It's a lot more heavily armed than a TIE fighter, though. Eyeballs suck. At least this one has the firepower to back it up.
target acquired.
It's also got some pretty good defenses, which eyeballs do not.
Nice work. Those fighters are after the fleet. Take care of the rest.
So if anything, this is more like a trip than a standard eyeball. It's like an X-Wing because it has an X-Wing paint scheme. That's what the SP skin reminds me of.
Harrier 2s have all been destroyed. Good job. Great work. At last,
Well, 6 AMs are basically all it needs
mission.
for air-to-air.
Hostile barrage.
Yeah, rockets,
I'm displaying the jammed area on your radars.
Command duty officer. The approaching landing ship is to be considered hostile. Set it as your target.
Roger. Set primary target to hostile landing ship Puffin.
Our target is the captain of the Puffin, Robert Harry.
Captain.
You don't see it. Gunnery is about killing the people on board.
Missile's not homing in properly.
When in range of enemy jammers, missile lock-on and homing capabilities are reduced.
This is gonna be trouble.
Come at me, bro. Catch me if you can.
1v1 me, brah.
We're taking casualties.
That bird over there flies pretty well. Didn't think pilots of that caliber were still around.
Entering the enemy's jamming zone.
Alright, Vinny. See you later. Thanks for stopping by.
Friendly ESM are negated inside the enemy's jamming zones. Be careful.
Or
No magic allowed, huh?
were you talking about the aircraft?
This one's slippery.
Yep.
All aircraft be advised.
Fullbacks.
Enemy strike fighters are on the approach. They're fullbacks, definitely faster than the ones before.
They'll pose a serious threat. Take them down.
Righto. Trigger, let's get this done quick.
We're past the third checkpoint. We're halfway there.
From Puffin to all ships. Change formation.
I am your shield. I am your sword.
Be advised, enemy aircraft nearing the landing ship. Target acquired.
That's it. Triggers flash the fighter.
Bye bye.
The landing ship is under attack. Keep the enemy away from our ships.
Target eliminated. Go to work.
Looks like we'll have that beast captured in no time.
They'll be happy to see us. Spent 2 years at the bottom of the ocean. They wouldn't want to go back to that.
I see 3 strikes. I'll kill you.
All aircraft be advised. 2 bogies on the approach. Aircraft type Su-47.
Birkins. The ocean doesn't have many of those. Where'd they come from?
Hey, Range, can I kill him now? I've waited long enough.
Use the confusion to count as 6.
Like a true villain, huh? I like the way you think.
Come and get me. Fuckers.
Bogey shot down an Erusian bird.
What do you mean?
There are no more reinforcements. They must be hostile. You are clear to engage. Don't hesitate.
I'm just gonna let them come to me.
They're neither Ocean nor Erusian. They're just filthy fats.
Whistle! I have to evade!
I'm screwing you up so bad.
Fox 2. Hostiles just popped out of nowhere.
It's an ECM, type of saturation decoy.
Visually scan for the source.
Bye bye. Dumbass. Yeah. Follow an ace into enemy jamming. That's never gonna go. That surely won't end in disaster.
Hey, those filthy fats are on the run. Let them go.
That pitch was using OCS radio frequency. That's an encrypted military channel.
That's nothing to worry about now. Focus on the mission at hand.
Breaking lock, it's evading!
Band it down. Nicely done.
Missile away.
Band it on your tail. Get some distance.
Strider 4, Fox 2.
Boom.
Target acquired. Strider 1, missile launched.
Great shot! Give him hell! Locked on.
Additional hostiles confirmed. We're detecting surface-to-ship weapons teams around the sub. Eliminate them. Missile away. Vehicle eliminated. Target eliminated. All ground targets destroyed.
All right. Let's go take care of those fullbacks.
Copy. First strike in a squadron are with us.
Target eliminated.
Oh, so we're gonna go long today. So I know I normally run at 2 hours, but we're already hitting that window, and we still have 2 aircraft left. But I appreciate you guys sticking around for the long haul.
They're ready for takeoff, sir. Captain, don't lose sight. Lines are about to be must be sacrificed to keep the rest.
Negative. Three strikes in his crew. Destroy down the enemy bird.
Our men just might make it through.
Supercapture's charged.
Great.
Target in sight. Main gun manned and ready. Let the LRSSC take care of the enemy aircraft.
Target is down.
They fade the Morgan once it could happen. Yeah. I should have been more careful and gone to the return line, but I got greedy, and you know what happens when people get greedy? They get dead. Boom!
Strider 1, bandit destroyed. 2 minutes remaining. Strider 1, Fox 2. Target is hit.
One thing that really impresses me about the Shinden is just how much it can fucking carry. Its base armament for the 6 AMs is in the 50s.
Bandit down.
So that's almost a 6th level of inventory. And I appreciate that as an American.
Strider 1, target acquired. Missile hit. 1 minute remaining. Missile away. Strider 1, bandit on your tail.
Strider 1, bandit is down. Keep it up.
Missile launched. Strider 1, Fox 3.
Alicorn, do you copy? We cannot stop the approaching enemy landing ship. Scuttle the sub immediately.
As of now, this boat no longer belongs to the Erusian.
Foolish Erusian warrior.
Don't you see?
Don't you see? You don't, do you? Yeah, it would be super plain without the ammo.
Buffin, this is Longcaster. Enemies resistance.
Although in American, this is like, this is normal plane.
Copy, copy. Commencing capture operation.
The rest is all yours, Captain. Now I can finally have my sausage rolls.
That's the kind of food you need up there?
Of course.
I don't know why I gave that Russian accent, but whatever.
It clearly wasn't what she meant. Took longer than I expected. I'll be leaving now. You take command from here on.
Whew. Well done, pilot.
Reporting ship coverage to all active units. Enemy submarine has started moving.
Commence firing.
Men, guns commence fire.
Bearing 180. Cruising at 5 knots. Movement on the deck. It's their aircraft.
Alicorn fired on her.
Well, they're all dead.
The landing ship's on fire. It's gonna sink.
But we actually have enough ammo. We don't need to reset at the checkpoint. No other plane can really do that, or at least I haven't been able to do that.
Aircraft. 4 bird. It appears one of them is carrying a cruise missile.
What?
Listen up. You need to take that bird down. Hurry.
Pass me in. Do you hear me?
I do wish that the Shinden had a little bit more speed.
MD. Shit. Hey, what about the submarine?
Gotta help our ship first.
Don't lose them. Shoot them down.
Shit.
Open vents. Fill all ballast tanks. Full speed ahead once we're underway.
Trigger's caught up to them.
Scrap them, Trigger.
Enemy submarine is going under.
That monster will wear the oceans.
Heed my words.
3,000 meters until the aircraft exits the AO.
This boat has been used to end this hideous war in a definitive and elegant manner. We seek not a conflict, but the restoration of life, a judgment.
Bandit down.
Shit's crazy.
Keep it up.
Done with war from beginning to end. Shall be horrified by the number of lives we will take. They let go of their weapons. A weapon that would have taken the lives of 10 million.
Kaboom! Full volley!
Seems he was down by 3 strikes.
That damn bastard ruined it.
Captain,
That's right, I ruined it. I ruined your plans. Now I gotta go do laundry.
white sheets of my bed that I had just made.
Barely 6 months.
It'll make a fine sideshow for our scheme to kill 1 million people. Or was it the plan to save 10 million lives, commanding the officer?
Barely 6 missiles ever. Yep. No reloads. Alright. And for the next aircraft, we're going to stay in the Taurus saga. We're going to do 10 million relief plan. For the pride of Yuzia. And I'm skipping the briefings and cutscenes for time. Alright. So. We have the XFA-27. It has no official canon name, but I referred to it as the Firebird. I've also heard it referred to as Phoenix. Named after, or both of them being named after her pilot. Yeah, I thought about that, Nikolai, but I mean, I love killing the Alicorn with the XFA. So, I mean, it's fun. I like doing it, so we're gonna do it. It was developed and manufactured. I don't know what company it was, but I'm assuming it was under the order of the Yuzian Allied Forces. Specifically, and only one was made, and was specifically for Phoenix. Its first flight was in 1998 during the Yuzian coup d'etat, and it entered service in 1998 under the Scarface Tactical Fighter Squadron. Its current status is unknown, and its sole operator was Phoenix. At least canonically in Strandrill. I don't know whether or not its appearance in the Aurelian Air Force in Ace Combat X is technically considered canon, but either way, it's moot because it hasn't happened yet in-game. But this is a carrier-based stealth fighter designed for ultimate performance. Its variable swept-backed wings, canards, and unique wing construction featuring 4 tail wings granted overwhelming superior mobility, making it a powerful force in any battle. And as you can see on the inaccurate stat bar, it does have a very high mobility and stability bar. With good speed, high air-to-air, high air-to-ground, and high defense. In fact, the only thing I don't like about the XFA-27 is its lack of range. But up close, it's a lethal monster. But it doesn't have many weapons that can go beyond that of a standard missile. The weapons it has, first I want to make sure that I don't have a certain part on, because I might. I do not. Okay, we're good. It is armed with 160 AIM-9 Sidewinders, the C variant. It also is equipped with 28 standoff dispensers. This particular model is the AIM-154 AGM-154 JSW. It is its primary special weapon, and the one we're going to be taking, is the multiple launch standard missile. Joint strike missiles that can lock onto both airborne and ground targets. Up to 4 can be launched in succession. When combined with standard missiles, they can be used for a concentrated attack against a single target or dispersed attack against many. A full volley of these things will kill anything. Phoenix had it parked in his garage of his luxury mansion, kindly gifted from the FCU. Yeah. We get 100 of these, and the model for it is the Iris-T. And finally, we have the Integrated Electronic Warfare System, IEWS. We get 12 shots of these. I don't know what model it is, but my guess is that it'd be a variant of the American ALQ-99. In fact, aside from the Iris-T, the XFA-27 uses American weapons, because I think, if I recall from the interview, Kono said that the design for the XFA-27 was, what would a futuristic stealthy Tomcat look like? And they came up with this. And you can kind of see from the swept wings, the big engines, and a little bit of the nose structure. You can kind of see a little bit of the Tomcat. Not this. Lol. But I think that's what Kono himself said. But anyway. So for the skins, we got the Boring Osea. We've got the Erusian. I'm not sure exactly what to call this. It kind of reminds me of Russian flankers. And then we've got the Special, which I think is a callback to the Macross series. We got the triggers. But if you're going to use the XFA-27, there's only one skin you are allowed to use. And that is the Scarface variant. I mean, it's like law, you have to use it. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
Operation Fisherman. Yeah, the XFA-27, I think, actually is the most lethal 1v1 dogfighter in the game. I think it could even take the Wyvern in a one-on-one. The Wyvern has range on it with that railgun, but if it misses with that railgun, it's going to be eating 6 missiles at once.
They're here as predicted. Detecting hostiles. They're definitely aircraft from the Alicorn.
And this thing can turn and burn with the Wyvern, and it has speed.
All aircraft, follow trigger.
Understood.
I mean, it's the...
Understood.
There's a reason why it's the original superplane.
could reduce them to a single digit.
I only wish, though, that it was a little easier to use in Legacy. I'm not sure if it was because of the flight model or what, but the Firebird in Legacy was so, or its mobility stat was so high, it was almost unusable because it you would lose track of where you were. So I didn't use it as much as I probably would have otherwise. Instead, I used the Terminator for my main plane in that game. Another thing I really like about this aircraft is it screams 90s design aesthetic. And as a 90s kid, I wholeheartedly appreciate it.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure it doesn't come to that.
It is peak 90s and I love it. I am a fan of 90s cheese. Because that is my childhood. I remember watching Power Rangers every day, or every weekend. Go, go, Power Rangers. I mean, that's some quality 90s cheese. 90s nostalgia. I mean, I've been living 90s nostalgia myself for a while. And probably my anxiety and depression has been a major factor in that, because they were simpler times. But I mean, it's a personal preference, and everybody has different preferences. I can't judge you for that. The fact that people had different preferences is what makes the world interesting.
Situation normal. Should we clear the baffles, Captain?
Chase by sea. Pursuers will be airborne.
Although if you're talking about having everything from the 90s being rebooted and then have it, you know, sucking, I totally understand that. That I'm not looking forward to. But going back and watching the original stuff from the 90s, I do that a lot. Like, a lot.
Roger that. We're counting on you.
Protect Spectre! We lost control aircraft, only 2 remaining.
Let's stop relying on calculations. Shit.
Stop what? Stop losing? Know what? Just because of that Starscream, I'm going to make sure that only one is left. There it is.
Roger that. Displaying the search area on your radar map. The Alicorn's somewhere inside that ring. Activating the MAD. Do you see the waveform indicator above your HUD?
Yep, we're looking for Nagase. Love you, Starscream.
The waveform.
Treasure hunting for real, huh?
All aircraft except Trigger. You're on contingent combat air patrol. Okay, Trigger. Your MAD's getting something. The waveform on your HUD should have peaked. Turn and fly in the direction where the waveform peaks.
Come on, Sharky. Where are ya?
It's less of a shark and more of a whale.
Trigger, your MAD is showing a stronger reaction. The Alicorn must be near.
You've set the hook. Now you just have to reel it in.
Picking up a magnetic signal.
Aha!
Signature lost. I'm seeing strong noise in the MAD signal.
Seems like this is our contingency.
I don't have a window, so I don't know about buoys, but I'm detecting strong radio sources. Sending the location of the jam.
What's your essay about?
Destroy them.
Trigger, let's destroy
If
this.
it's for school, I'm pretty sure it's about something boring.
What the? A huge explosion just went off underwater.
Control aircraft. What's happening underwater? Underwater living is impossible. We're only hearing explosion echoes. The Alicorn continues to noise recover and head out at full speed.
Destroy the jamming buoys before the enemy submarine escapes.
Full speed ahead. Aye, sir.
It's boring. I called it!
Spectre, I need you to return to my location again until the noise dies down.
Can we make it?
The last jamming buoy has been destroyed.
How'd it go?
Talking about strategies on our memory book. That does sound boring.
Hey, you okay?
No, I'm not. Eh,
Its location is moved. Trigger, I'm sending you the search area. Don't let it get away.
The Alicorn has almost reached the trench. Time's running out.
Hurry.
It's okay. Trigger's already on the hunt.
Confirming more hostile UAVs. They just launched from the Alicorn.
do you know about the margin trick, Starscream, and the double spacing?
Reeled it in. Positive hit on the MAD.
That's it.
Not that I'm encouraging you to
Submarine Alicorn.
find loopholes, but you know there's loopholes.
Done yet. Give it the finishing blow. Turning coordinates acquired. Commence preparations to fire the VL Asrock.
VL Asrock ready for launch.
Line of fire is clear. Ready.
Fire all missiles.
Fire!
Missile away.
Have you heard of how to double space? Like instead of having one line right off top of the other, you indenting, that's margin. Double spacing is where you know how line of text are here in the chat, that's single space. If you hit the enter
Did we get him?
enter before that, or set it up in Word for double space, you have extra gaps in between each line. It's not much, but it adds up.
Alicorn spotted. It's surfacing.
Yeah. And I fucked it up. Ah, yeah, Twitch doesn't want you to double space.
Surfacing. We haven't sunk it. It's attacking our fleet. Son of a... We did hit up. What?
You're wrong, Cal. Back them into a core. They're vulnerable now that they've surfaced. Follow up on Trigger.
Understood. Roger.
Strider 1 has destroyed a railgun.
Awesome. This one snapped off.
Ow, ow, ow. Fuck. Alright.
The truth here is to be fought at the bottom of the sea. I will not allow our perseverance to be desecrated.
Die, railgun!
Locked onto by the railguns. Increase your speed and run, Trigger.
If one of those railguns hits us, we'll be torn into a million pieces.
They'll be looking for aircraft as well. Don't flutter about.
Throttle up.
All
Hello there, Bog 1989. Welcome to 10 million relief in the showcase.
Monster only has a pair of
Target's destruction confirmed.
That's all right. Will do. Bye bye VLS.
The Alicorn is diving.
I was wondering when I was going to start diving.
We'll have to surface again soon. We need to shoot down the drones that have been launched.
There's no means of retreat. We'll have to kill them all if we are to live. If you wish to
Although I do have a redemption for Guide the Raid. You could always use that. Where am I from? I'm
All aircraft position
Kansas.
the Alicorn as it surfaces.
Righto. Strider 2, Fox 2.
American Midwest.
Strider 1 got one.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Get back here. And that's about as specific as you're gonna get. I try and keep a lot of specifics of my identity private for reasons. Yep, more or less the center. Heart of America.
Missile! I have to evade!
Missile away. Target is hit. Strider 1, target destroyed. The Alicorn has launched aircraft.
That's some real skill there. They've got serious guts to take off right now.
I wouldn't call it guts, Igor. I would call it insanity.
Flying objects have been launched from the Alicorn. They have different signatures from the UAVs we've seen.
Eh, Ow, ow.
Missile hit. We've destroyed all of the SAM sites.
Good. No more SAMs at the very least.
Activating EM barriers.
I have visual. They look similar to the Arsenal Bird's defense system.
What do we do then? We don't have stone edge to bust through them, you know.
Okay, they're diving.
Enemy submarine diving.
Yeah.
Strider 1, target
Whoop.
acquired. Strider 1, Fox 2. Missile hit.
The healthy human mind does fear death. Typically.
Enemy behind you.
Survive if it goes underground. Concentrate all firepower on the assaulting aircraft.
Missile launched. The submarine's aircraft have taken off. Strider 1, target acquired.
Feel like I'm just picking the ship apart bit by bit. I almost feel kind of sad for it.
All AA guns destroyed.
Like the sub didn't never signed up for this. Ooh, hello. Eh. Eh. Okay. Can I? Yep. Oh no, no, no. Hold on. Fuck. All right. She's got nothing left but her ballast tanks.
See the lives being lost. Completion is at hand. The souls of the dead are coming together like the
Kaboom!
What's going on?
I know this voice. This is the submarine aircraft cruiser Alicorn. We surrender. Stop shooting.
All aircraft, cease fire.
I fired before that!
Negative. We cannot attack those that have surrendered.
Good luck, Starscream.
Law.
I repeat, we surrender.
What do we do?
Weapon use is prohibited.
I hold international law so dearly. We'll no longer be soldiers the moment we don't. Then I'll happily quit my career.
Do not attack.
That was fun. I don't know about you guys,
Currently making preparations to be disarmed.
but picking off every little hard point one by one,
I'm David North, an analyst at the OC.
I find it fun.
Captain, we've already jammed her terminal guidance system.
You'll be listening, idiotka. Fair enough.
Let me tell you a story. Back when I was a government officer, I had to aim at an enemy ship 30 kilometers away in the middle of a storm. The seas were rough that day, and still I landed one of the 2 shots.
Here's a question. Was your plan elegant? The answer is yes. At least until 3 strikes ruined it.
What do you know of beauty?
They have no intention to
What do
surrender.
you know of
Trigger.
beauty? Well, it certainly ain't you, that's for damn sure.
Wait, Trigger. Stop attacking immediately.
Target is the ocean capital of Ryan. To take the lives of 1 million people 5,000 kilometers away from my
Bye-bye!
It's okay. The shell will
It's okay, the show won't hit Alred, it'll hit Estavakia instead.
Late in violation of orders, you dumbass.
Open that shell!
Poor Estavakia.
Destroy the Alicorn.
All right.
Understood.
These things happen. Alright, the Sea Whiz is down. We're gonna kill a few of these. That's enough. Fuck it. Alright, Corny Corn. Open up! It's time for your medicine! Kaboom!
Target hit. Target hit.
How do you like them missiles? They taste good, don't they?
The rail cannon's been destroyed.
Yeah, baby.
Don't you see? 1 million lives!
Oh, that never gets old.
The Alicorn's hull is severely damaged. No, it's completely split in 2.
She really pulled it off.
That's our final answer.
And I didn't have to use a checkpoint. Back to the sea you go. May you rest in fucking pieces. Play the games. All those fish. And look at all that radioactive water from the exploded nuclear reactor. Or reactors, I think it had 2.
I see loads of floating objects in the waves. I don't think there are any survivors, Wiseman.
Copy that. The enemy submarine has been destroyed. Operation is complete.
That was unbelievable. Just all of it.
That's right. Yeah.
There you go.
Like Captain Mateus Torres was a devil incarnate.
I'd say that's a good screen cap right there.
The way to everyone else. Those who stand at the forefront to cast the light. Those who follow them can't help but feel that they're in the right hands.
That's a nice beauty shot.
This is an era where there isn't a singular answer, like a quiz question. The world awaits a hero to keep the torch aloft, banishing the darkness.
Well played.
That's a story I'm gonna have to tell my kid.
HUD off.
The operation is complete. Return to base and get some rest. Oh man, finally time for some munchies. Could you hand me the burger over there? Oh, and the knife and fork too, please.
Once I get back to base, head to the mess hall.
Victory Colbert. Alright, we have one more aircraft left. I'm sure you all know by now. It's my baby. First, we gotta see how we did. Place your bets. A or S? My bet is on A, personally.
Operate.
Yep. A. Oh well. It matters not. Alright, so for my baby, we're going back to the vanilla games. Almost to the end. Lighthouse. Because my baby is an arsenal bird killer. And she hungry. But for those that don't know, my baby is indeed the CFA-44 Nosferatu. It's manufactured by the Slovakian company Albastru Electrice. Her first flight was in 2005, but her development was extremely delayed and hampered by the outbreak of the Slovakian Civil War. Although, given how much she actually cost in order to develop, I would not be surprised if the mere fact that she was being developed was a catalyst for the outbreak of the Civil War, because Nosferatu literally broke the already fragile Slovakian economy. That's part of the reason why she got the name Nosferatu. It's because she drained the Slovakian economy. But anyway, she entered service in 2015. I reckon that giant manta ray did it more than the Nosferatu did. Yes, definitely. But I don't know when exactly the Aegean and the aerial fleet was being developed. If it was starting development before the Civil War or during it. All I know is that both the Aegean aerial fleet and the Nosferatu project were eventually folded into the Eastern faction, which eventually won the war. But the Nosferatu first entered service with the Slovakian Air Force in 2015, and her pilot was Ayla Pasternak. And on her maiden sortie, at least canonically, she was shot down. Or at least that version of her. It is canonical, however, that Albastru Electrice is still continuing to manufacture Nosferatus even after the Armenian-Slovakia War. And so it is still serving. Her operators, as far as we know, is the Slovakian Air Force. However, it is plausible but not canon, that Ameria has purchased a few Nosferatus. But there is no canonical evidence to support that. It's just circumstantial. But at least in my headcanon, I do believe that Ameria has purchased legally some Nosferatus. I wouldn't necessarily say via third parties. After the Ameria-Slovakia War, Ameria didn't invade Slovakia, and instead started rebuilding her and taking a more direct role in rebuilding her to make sure that the money that Ameria was pumping into the Slovakian economy got where it was supposed to. That was the problem the last time. So I could honestly see Ameria just straight up buying Nosferatus directly from Albus Electrice. Again, we have no evidence that they did that, but I could see it happening. Anyway, a next-generation carrier-based stealth fighter optimized for solo raids. Nicknamed Nosferatu, meaning undying. Its acceleration and mobility far outclasses other fighters. Equipped with versatile weaponry, this aircraft is formidable against both air and ground targets. The main design philosophy was, let's take a flanker, and I want it to kill everything it sees by itself. Hence the special weapons. It is armed with 150 R-60 Aphid standard missiles. Also, its stat blocks. It's high speed, high mobility. That stability is wrong. It's actually lower. Its stability is not that great. And you can feel it. But it actually gains mobility as your speed increases. So as long as you're going fast, you don't have to worry about the instability. Air-to-air and air-to-ground are phenomenal, and its defense is surprisingly high compared to the original model. The original model was a glass cannon. Her special weapons, her signature one is she has 102 individual shots of the all-direction multi-purpose missile. They're missiles that can strike multiple air and ground targets simultaneously. Up to 12 powerful homing micromissiles can be fired, making for an incredible offense in a variety of situations, from air to anti-air combat to base raids. Now, the A6 version fired in 12-shot salvos. You always shot 12 missiles, but the ammo was counted in salvos. This time, it's by individual missiles. You get 102 of them. And the model is the Inferno. Then we've got dual EMLs. 52 shots. These are the Purgatorio model. Each railgun has an individual charge. So you can fire both at the same time, stagger them, whatever. Each railgun, though, each Purgatorio railgun compared to the Arclight, for example, does about 75% of the damage that the Arclight would do. So in order to kill things that the Arclight normally could, you might have to double fire. And then finally, we have 10 charges of the Cocytus IEWS. But for this, we're going to take the Infernos. And then for skins, we have the boring Amerian Gray. And I say this as a proud Amerian, our liveries suck. They're boring. We have the Erusia Sea Flanker, which actually does kind of remind me of... Our liveries do suck. Remind me of the SU-33 Amerian. The prototype for the special is the DLC prototype Estevakian. We've got the triggers and the Strigan. Now, as much as I love the Strigan skin, we're gonna go with the Aruja, because this actually reminds me a lot of the Amarian SC-33, which is the only interesting version Amarian livery. I just never used that one because Strigan exists. So we're gonna go with the blue. And we're using the REF American Air Force roundel because I love Ameria. And I don't care what you guys think. Ameria rocks.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
But the final aircraft, final mission, my favorite. I didn't plan for it to be the last one. It just, that's the order in which the aircraft are listed in. So for me at least, it saved the best for last. It was a plot.
I need help. Don't let him damage more. Show him what the erosion. No, what fighter pilots are made of. Thanks.
5 is 6 for you. Well, Nicola, you have a, you guys have done good. I'm impressed. You know me. You know me pretty well. Missed on the Anchorhead.
You will secure air superiority. There are Erusian aircraft in the coalition, so they have been ID'd as friendly via the data link.
And if you're wondering why I'm climbing, the ADMMs do better from when you fire it from higher altitude. No, you know the game.
Guess nobody told him. That's quite true, Count. It's not just two. Wiseman trained his squad well. Everyone's still entered as an ace. He'd be proud of you all.
To all of you who have gathered here, regardless of your country, this is headquarters of the Ocean Army Southern Command. Wait, forget that designation. We are a coalition formed exclusively for the sole purpose of taking down the Arsenal Bird. Wait until we're ready to strike the Arsenal Bird in unison. Roger. Right.
What's he doing speaking on an open channel? The enemy can hear everything he's saying. There's no other choice. Erusian aircraft are in the coalition as well.
Bum bum ba dum ba da dum bum 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 bum.
Lancaster, we're entering your airspace.
This is Sol 2. Republic of Bosnia are also moving to rendezvous. So they want to monitor them.
This is Mr. X's crew.
Count, ease up. Engagement is forbidden.
Don't worry, I know. We need every bird we can call upon. Even if they were flying with the guy that killed Wiseman.
Yeah, compared to the A6 version, this is nerfed, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it, because I'm just gonna say it. The A6 version of the Nosferatu is hands down one of the most powerful aircraft in the entire franchise. I think only Fenrir beats it out with the shock missiles. And if you brought that in to A7, you could finish pretty much every mission in like 2 minutes, because they would run out of targets. So they had to tone her down. But unlike Assault Horizon and Infinity, she still feels powerful in A7. So I do appreciate that. They nerfed her with a scalpel instead of a hammer.
Brush up on current events later. Focus on the enemy.
Copy that. Take a look. See that line continuing above the horizon? The cable goes up to the sky as far as the eye can see.
Because, yeah, the ADMMs
Tallest transmission tower.
don't do as much damage as before, but you still get a lot of them. And the targeting cone is still insanely wide. And they will annihilate drones.
Some coalition this has turned out to be, huh?
The EMLs are weaker, and each individual gun still has that long-ass charge time, but you can double tap. And then the ECM has been upgraded to the IEWS, so it was tweaked in order to not break the game. Because on average, the average A6 mission has more than double, sometimes even more than triple the targets that the average A7 mission has.
Missile launched.
Cyclones 1, Fox 2. Strider 1, launch your tail.
Go around. Enemy on your tail. Gotta get that. 3 strikes hasn't been detected.
Poor Marcus is my response to the openness of the Nosferatu. Stop hiding. No!
There's another one here too. It shows a whole bunch of space elevators. Sky is unknown. Set. Let's go.
If you notice, I'm doing a lot of high yo-yos to get in better positions.
Missiles launched from the Arsenal Bird. Helios projectiles. All aircraft, stay clear of the blast area.
Nimbus!
10 seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
How many got caught in that explosion?
Broadcaster, we have more incoming.
Unknown. Proceed with caution.
Wilco. We can't switch off the security system. We've got this. If what he said is true, this will get us at least 10 seconds. Cosette! Cosette! What the hell's wrong with you? Get back here! As you all saw, we have a problem. The princess went by herself into the maintenance area and has shut us out.
So good to be flying the Nosferatu again. It's the reason it's my baby.
The Arsenal Bird. Shit, airburst tight. Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Helios arrived.
Kaboom! Bum, bum,
I said we were gonna take down the space elevator, but it's not like we can just go out there and chop it down. At the top of the windbreak, 6 location markers have been set in place.
So we can just chop it down. Then obviously you're not trying hard enough.
Those are the locations we need to target. If the sensors go bad, the elevator's observation system will think the elevator has fallen. Until its safety can be confirmed, all microwaves will be stopped.
Oh, I get it. What a party.
I was gonna do it myself. You dumbass.
Helios launched from the Arsenal Bird. 5 seconds. 3, 2. Impact now.
Like that. It's all over.
Yeah.
arriving in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to arrival. 2. Inbound.
Bye-bye. Oh, you flew right into my range. Enjoy.
Strider 1, lock on target.
The monster bird is in our trap. We'll use a saturation attack. Wait for the signal. Enemy sighted. Inform the coalition units. We're nearing 0 hour. 10 seconds until the united attack on the Arsenal bird.
It popped flares, but it was useless!
Everybody, give this attack.
Alright, we are gonna
Shot.
use the checkpoints. Because I'm going to be going through a lot of ADMMs against the drones.
All missiles were shot out of the sky. Attack failed. Cruise missiles did not reach their target.
Okay, restart from checkpoint.
Lancaster warning all aircraft. I have multiple blips on my scope.
Here they come. That's something.
Now, it would be tempting to use the ADMMs against those things, but they do not work well from firing from 12 o'clock. They don't like tracking head-to-head.
HQ, we have a problem. The damage to the Allied fleet is extensive.
That was a pretty impressive firepower. I, for one, did not see that coming.
The active protection system operated as expected. We should launch another saturation attack. Air power. You also know the Arsenal bird.
Bow.
Enemy's gonna lock.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Look at that light from the Arsenal bird.
Locked on bandit.
It's readying its APS. All aircraft, break off from the Arsenal bird.
That's close. Without the AWACS, I would have been a goner.
That's not the control room. Go through the airlock and get on the maintenance elevator. Get to the top of the lift brake. Do you think you can put on that pressure
Yep.
by yourself? You won't ever get it on with those orders.
I'm getting sick of that arrogant bastard. Seriously.
No good. The engine control room is gone. Engine on radar room and CIC.
This thing. Where are we supposed to hit it?
All aircraft.
You're not supposed to hit it.
Second saturation attack. All aircraft. Separately engage in direct attack.
HQ, it won't be easy to take down the Arsenal bird with conventional weaponry. All the ace pilots in the world won't save us unless we have a plan.
Give us time. We'll see what we can do.
You're just thinking about it now? Cover any friendlies ahead. Missile inbound. Grenade.
Hostile lock on you, Strider 1.
Eh,
Triggers. Blaster bandit.
It's readying its APS. Target acquired.
Damn it. I've taken some damage. One aircraft hit. No, two.
Just look at all those drones that are just dropping out of the sky.
It isn't lit up. That's it. That's the location marker. How from there?
That is the power of the ADMM.
There's something we can do. Just evading like this will get us all killed.
Missile away.
Cyclops 1. Break away. Break away. When's that shield gonna lose power? Never. Elevators continuously supplying it with power.
Then what should we do?
Calm down. I'll do something.
What are you gonna do? Smash it. Smash all 6 of them.
Smash it! Smash it to pieces! Alright, I gotta let it go.
Damn shield. Just go away. Be gone. Disappear.
On cuckoo count.
Away with you.
I love that sequence right there.
What's the magic? It's a scam. Now's our chance. Do it, Trigger.
It's switched to the backup power supply. That means the main supply's been cut off.
Ba-ba.
They're acting crazy. Have you seen this? The drones are falling one after another. They've completely lost control.
Main propeller 1 confirmed stall. Good work, Trigger. Keep up the attack.
Boom! Alright, one more AM on this side. I did the same thing too, Nicola. Two more AAMs. Kobayashi, Sly, Fox.
Both main propellers have been stalled.
Don't worry about backing up Strider 1. Just try to stay out of his way.
Got it! Alright. Now just gotta focus on the lasers.
We got these things, no problem. That thing is too huge.
Don't let its sheer size freak you out.
Pulse laser 1 down.
Ground forces efforts will be for nothing. We have to take down the target by any means. Remember, our target is the Arsenal bird.
Hit. Hit.
Too close to most of each other.
Pulse laser 2 down.
Destroy. That drops the Arsenal Bird's 3.
Now we just have the laser.
Let Strider 1 handle it. Try not to get in his way.
There's a hit on the laser cannon. Trigger's hammering it.
Should just need one more pass. Damn it. Need to get it more head on. Not a good pass, not a good pass, not a good pass. Damn it. Hate that it's banking so much. It's making it a little tricky to get a good head-on pass. There we go. Dead!
Destroyed. That eliminates one major threat.
Thanks. That thing almost cooked my tail.
Sub-propellant confirmed destroyed.
Yeah, I needed a head-on directly at its 12 o'clock.
Strider 1 has destroyed a sub-propeller.
You get to it. There's no way it isn't damaged.
Get behind 3 strike. Strider 1 is the only one that can take it on.
Trigger got a sub-propeller. You're getting
Come here, drone. Don't want you to think I forgot about you. Or you.
the main propeller is moving again. Just how hard is that thing? It's down to destroying the Lieutenant's base. Say what? If we destroy the docking modules, he's trying to work on the Nosferatu. That'll make the Lieutenant base vulnerable.
I love how it's the Erusians in the game and the squadron that are like, hey, shoot here. Despite the fact that it's an Ocean built weapon.
Yeah, but our guy's more than just an experienced pilot. Trigger, let's do this. If you think that good of a pilot, I bet on it. Besides, if that was impossible.
Need to shut down those propellers before I get a clear shot.
Watch out! The drones are falling! Refugees. Everyone calm down. You want to get yourself killed? George! Tabloid!
There we go.
Get back here!
I can't leave that girl to die.
Fine, fine! Get her, but be quick about it!
Is everything okay? The drones are acting odd.
Run! Run! Careful!
Shit.
Docking module destroyed. That's 2 of them.
Don't let yourself be distracted. Just focus on what you need to do.
Is everything okay?
Said, some people were crushed. The kid tabloid went after a safe. He ran that distance with a girl in his hand.
Fly in the hole. I will attempt.
George and the girl were saved. They were saved.
Nope. Fuck! Yep, not gonna fly in the hole, Starscream. I made the attempt. But at least now I have a full ADMM. How do you add skins to the aircraft? DLCs come with it.
The drones are acting crazy. Are you seeing this?
Um,
Drones are falling one after another. They completely lost control.
because it's possible, Starscream. That's why I did it. I just am not that good of a pilot. But now I have full ADMM, so... But I wanted to give you guys content, so I did it. And this time you actually said it at a time where I could actually make the attempt. Honor has been served today. But yeah, on the upside, this is... I'm now able to use the ADMM more liberally against the Arsebird here. Because I have a full reload, and there's no more drones. Alright, so I think pretty much everything's been hit.
Main propeller 1 confirmed stall. Good work, Trigger. Keep up the attack.
Come on.
Both main propellers have been stalled. Sub-propeller confirmed destroyed.
Don't let the UAVs distract you. Arsenal Bird is our priority.
What? UAVs? There ain't no more UAVs. I killed them all because you don't do your job. I shouldn't be mean to Jaeger. He doesn't deserve it. No, yeah, this shooting down this thing is a lot of fun. Not as fun as shooting down the Agion, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. If you go into, I think so. I'm not sure. Hard life. I don't know. I don't know if you can do it during gameplay. Although I'm pretty sure the entire thing's on Spotify, so you could theoretically do that through Spotify. Apologize to the father of one son. I'm sorry, Jaeger. Please forgive my rudeness. I'm just so used to insulting Count. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been added. I don't have Spotify, so I'm not... I couldn't tell you, but I thought it was. Ah, son of a bitch! Oh, hasn't been added to Spotify. Okay. Only 0, 6, and 5. Boom!
Thanks. That thing almost cooked my tail.
Did you see that reel? It recoiled forward and dipped its nose there. That's hilarious.
Just how hard is that thing? It's down to destroying the antenna's base. Say what? If we destroy the docking module,
Oh yeah, Zap has the best, if you want, background music. He's got all the OSTs and extending. You do that by the options. I don't think you can do it in mission, but go to options from the main menu and audio options, and you can lower the music volume to 0 if you want. I have it lowered to about 60 or so because I'm streaming. And but yeah, the you can lower it to as low as you want. And I'm glad that helped.
Nicely done. This will be a good story to tell my son.
Yeah.
All targets have been destroyed. The supply unit is ready to fall off.
C'est vrai, gamin. Bye bye.
Lieutenant makes you to confirm destroyed.
Forecaster. Oh my god. The arsenal bird is on fire.
Trigger, break off. Arsenal bird is losing altitude rapidly.
Arsenal bird is down.
Longcaster, can you estimate the point of impact?
Worry, looks like it'll be open water. All aircraft, avoid the target's path.
That's the last
Die, USOB.
death. That thing is intimidating.
Everyone, can you see this? These people here were alive up until a
Hey,
few minutes ago. My friend is here.
I mean, I admit some tracks hype me up more than others, so I'm just glad we could help you out so you can get the most hyped.
All Erusian soldiers around the space elevator. Surrender now. We will not.
Yeah, I've got a Discord server. If you got more questions, I can answer them probably better there, or if I can't, someone else can.
The carrier ran aground, but that shouldn't be a problem for you. I'll guide you down. 3,000 meters
I'll
to carrier.
post a link to it. It's also in my About section.
1,500 meters to carrier. You're too fast. Lower your speed.
I am not too fast. I'm a carrier aircraft.
Nice work. You pulled off a perfect landing. Well, we're
Got the wire.
now the real challenge begins.
Okay, let's see here. Do this.
LRSSG. Looks like our luck
Do
has turned.
this.
LRSSG.
It.
Superiority. There are Erusian aircraft in the coalition, so they have been ID'd as friendly via the data link.
Yeah, do that. All right, so that has been the conclusion of the Ace Combat 7 aircraft showcase. Thank you all for watching. I put a lot of work into this series. And I will post my quote-unquote script / notes that I used in the Discord, so you can look at that and look at all the work I did. Cheers! Anyway, for those of you who are new, I typically do Ace Combat streams every Thursday and Friday. Saturday I do Mass Effect. Currently we're doing a Chat Decides Mass Effect 2 stream. We're going to be doing Project Firewalker tomorrow. Mondays I do a Greedfall stream. Tuesdays I'm doing a blind run of Ghost of Tsushima. We're about, I think, halfway through the game. I don't know. And Wednesdays, normally my best friend Floof and I are playing Borderlands, but we're doing a special 100 follower celebration by doing as close to Dark Souls as I will, or as I can. Remnant from Shadows. Don't forget the raid. Gotcha. We are going to raid Huskin Raider. Good friend of me and a lot of the people in my Discord. If you're new, and thanks for the follows, Hard Life and Invisible Mayhem. If you like what you see, you feel like I've earned it, and you can afford it, I would appreciate a sub, but only if, one, you're not in financial straits. I want you to take care of you first. And two, only pay for it if you feel like I've earned the money. If you don't feel like I've earned it, then I have no problem. If you just don't want to sub, or if you can't sub, I totally understand. But I've been told to promote myself better, so I'm trying. Anyway, raid message. We're gonna go with this. This one. That's our raid message. You can feel free to add whatever emotes you want with it. But let's go ahead and... Ooh, Huskin's playing Sekiro. Shadows die twice. So, you know, you could also put in "you died." But, provided Twitch isn't drunk and will actually let me do the raid.